Hello, children. Good morning. Here we are going to start with a new lesson 13 Manufacturing Industries. You all have to open your books, look into your books, and keep your finger where I am reading and listen to me very carefully. And along with that, you also have to see the answers are being marked in your books. If you can see the picture here, the page and the markings, that will be very clear for you all to mark the answers in your textbooks and then write down in your notebooks. Now, we'll start the lesson. The process in which man can change the natural resources into usable conditions according to his intellectual, cultural, and economic capacity is called industry. Here, the definition of industry is being given. See, we are having the natural resources, the resources which are naturally received to us. That is being used with our intellectual, our cultural and economic capacity, we are changing it into for using it in such a condition, that is called industry. In India, the industrial traditions are found since Indus Valley civilization. It's not a new funda, but it is been, the industrial tradition is being found in the Indus Valley civilization also. At that time, India used to prepare cotton textile, clay utensils, things of bell, metals and beads. So these were the things which were being produced during that time. Up to 18th century, India was ahead in shipbuilding industry. That means up to 18th century India was ahead. India was leading that time. In which area? In shipbuilding industry. India was also ahead in handicrafts and in cottage industries. There was a heavy demand of Indian cotton cloth and muslin, metal utensils and ornaments. So these were the things which was in demand, that means of course in the foreign countries. So India was ahead, that means India was producing all these products. As soon as the industrial revolution started in England, the Britishers used to take away raw material. This already I have told you in standard 9th. The raw material from India was to be sent to Britain, and they, especially raw cotton, and there they were producing it, the fine products, and then they were using our material as a raw material, and the finished products were produced by them, and then again they were sending it back to India on high prices. We used to follow the policy of selling the goods manufactured in England at the higher prices in India, and Indian market would collapse. This damaged the industries of India and also the people of India, that is Indian craftsmen. Now, what is the importance of industry? See, if you see there, 1.3 answer is being marked, full paragraph, in between the paragraphs are being marked, so that is your 1.3 answer. Today, the existence of nations depends only on the development of industry. Any nation which you say that it is existing only because of development of industry. Economic development without the industrial progress will be impossible. You can't even think that the industry, without the progress of any industry, there is a economic development. Those countries which have developed more industrially have strengthened their economy equally. Countries like United States of America, Russia, Japan, South Korea are prosperous and developed nations on the basis of their industrial development. So whichever countries are said to be developed, it's only on the base of they are strengthened their economy only because of the industrial development. Those countries where industries are either not developed or are less developed are not capable to harness the natural resources as industrial raw material. Now, there may be some countries which are not developed or they are still developing. It's only because they are not able to make proper use of their resources as a industrial raw material. They have to sell their natural resources at the cheaper price and purchase the things made of the same raw material from foreigners at the higher price, which was prevailing during the British time in India. Manufacturing industries contribute about 29% of the national production of India. The administrative policy of British rule broke the backbone of Indian industrial structure. During slavery periods, industry with modern methods could not be started in India. In 1853, the first industrial complex of iron furnace based on charcoal was founded, but it failed. But remember the year, the first industrial complex of iron furnace, which was based on charcoal, was founded, but it failed. First successful attempt was made in 1854 in cotton textile industry. Thereafter, a jute mill was established in 1855 at Risra near Kolkata. In 1874, a factory was founded at Kulti for making iron, which was closed after a few years. It was again restarted in 1881. In 1907, a new dimension was provided with the founding of Tata Iron and Steel Company at Jamshedpur, which is still prevailing and also doing well. Now we'll see the classification of industry. This full paragraph is your answer 2.2. Industries are divided on the basis of human labor, ownership and the sources of raw material. On the basis of human labor, the industries can be divided as small scale and large scale. So on the basis of human labor, okay, it is divided into two, that is small scale and the large scale. Those industries where more employment is available is known as large scale industry. Where the laborers are more, that is large industry. Example, which are the example for that? Which is the example here is cotton textile, where under the direction of individuals, ownership and the number of laborers is less, then it is a small scale industry. Like sugar industry. Besides, these industries can be classified into public, private, collaborative and cooperative groups. So they are classified accordingly in which areas, in which groups? Private companies, public companies, collaborative and cooperative. So industries can be classified in many ways. On the basis of the sources of the raw material, the industries can be classified into agro-based. And so this is what is the classification of on the agro-based or on the mineral-based industries. Now first we will see the agro-based. Agro-based means the products which you all are getting from the agricultural land, like cotton, of course, jute, silk, woolen, sugar, paper, etc. are all this you are getting the raw material from the agriculture. So first one is cotton textile industry. Garment industry has an important place in the industrial economy of India. This industry provides employment to almost 3.5 crore people. Textile industry is the industry which provides maximum employment in the country. India holds second rank after China in the export of cotton textile. It is the main industry from production and employment point of view. This is your 1.4 answer, cotton textile industry. This full paragraph, if you see, it has been marked. This is your 1.4 answer. First cotton mill was established in Mumbai. After that, Shahpur mills and calico mills were established in Ahmedabad, which is in Gujarat. In the initial years, the cotton textile mills was established in Mumbai and Ahmedabad. So, the cotton textiles were famous in Mumbai and Ahmedabad initially, beginning. These mills were established due to the cheap cotton availability of labor, transport facilities, ports for export and favorable markets. Why they were established in these places? Because they were getting cheap cotton, the raw material, the laborers were also available, transport facilities were available, ports are there for making proper export, and also the markets were favorable markets were there. Today, cotton textiles mills are located in about 100 cities of the country. Main traditional and important centers at present are Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Bhiwandi, Sholapur, Kolhapur, Nagpur, Indore and Ujjain. There are more mills in Mumbai in Maharashtra, hence it is called a Cottonopolis of India. What the Bombay is called as Mumbai? Cottonopolis of India. The industry is also established at Pune, Kolhapur, Aurangabad, Jalgaon cities. In Gujarat, Ahmedabad is called a Manchester of the East or Denim City of India. You have to remember this, children. This can be asked as 1 mark answer. Besides cities like Vadodara, Kalol, Bharuch, Surat, Porbandar, Bhavnagar, Rajkot, etc. are also included. Coimbatore is a main center of Tamil Nadu. Chennai and Madurai cities are also included. Main centers in Uttar Pradesh is Kanpur, Etawah, Agra, Lucknow, etc. Indore, Gwalior, Ujjain and Devas are the main centers of the industries in Madhya Pradesh. In West Bengal, Kolkata, Havra, Murshidabad are major centers. So cotton textile industries were set up also in Rajasthan, Punjab and Haryana. Extensive market centers, transportation, banks, electricity have contributed considerably in decentralization of this industry. Today, cotton industry is facing a tough competition due to the factors like inadequate supply of best variety of cotton. Now they are having a tough competition. The machineries are old, irregular electric supply, the quality of cotton, competition from artificial fiber cloth in the market, and keen competition in global market. India exports cotton textile cloth to Russia, UK, United States of America, Sudan, Nepal, Australia, France, and South African countries. Now next we will see the jute textile. This ranked second in the major industry of India, and it holds the first place in the production of jute and goods made from jute. And India is at second place after Bangladesh in the export of jute. Jute production of the country, West Bengal produces about 80%, Andhra Pradesh 10%, and the rest is produced by Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, Assam, and Tripura. So much water is needed to purify jute. So most of the mills are located on the banks of river Hooghly. This industry is connected because West Bengal produces 80%. 80% means that near Hooghly, bank of the river Hooghly. So because it needs much water. So this area, the concentrated area is in West Bengal, and also the labor is available at a cheap rate. Banks and insurance coverage, ports for export facilities also available there. Today the demand for jute has decreased because of other options in packing material for goods. Jute industry is facing such problems like more cost of production and decreasing demand of jute in the international market. Now these industries are facing problem because the cost of production is more and the demand in the international market is less. Now we'll see the silk textile industry. Silk production is said to be a long tradition. After China, India ranks second in the world in silk production. In India, 4 types of silks are produced: mulberry, eri, tussar, and muga. Today there are about 300 silk weaving mills in India. Major states producing silk are Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, and Jammu Kashmir. Silken tones are exported to Europe, Africa, and Gulf countries. Besides, these are also exported to Germany, Singapore, USA, Kuwait, Malaysia, and Russia. In international market, India silk is facing a tough competition from China. So my dear children, just read this, both the pages, page 103 and 104, go through it, mark the answers. We'll continue the next part shortly. By that time, thank you and go through the lesson, please.